my last video I didn't go as in depth about the journal entries as I would have wanted to, mainly because editing the video was a lot of work already and I'm kinda lazy. But I guess we can talk about Skyblock theories now instead, especially since M7 has been released since then. Also, disclaimer, none of the theories I'm discussing here were invented by me. They were taken from the Skyblock forums in the comment section of the journal entries page of the Fandom Skyblock Wiki. The first theory is about the Dragon's Heart. In case you don't remember, the Wither King learned Fell Magic from the Dragon's Heart. Well, we now get to fight the Wither King and he spawns in dragons. He also has tentacles, which seems to reference Fell Magic. So this guy on the forums thinks this is enough proof to say that the Dragon's Heart is in Cayman's boss room, but Tucker pretty clearly states the Dragon's Heart is in the end. Another theory that seems to be very widely spread across the comment section is that the Aftermath journal was written by Goldor, because his description says he has a big ego and the writer seems to have a big ego as well. If you remember my video, I just assumed it was Cayman, but Cayman is definitely in a higher rank than Necron, and since he disagrees with Necron's decisions, he would have probably just overruled them. So yeah, Goldor makes more sense. In my opinion, it's pretty much guaranteed that the writer of that journal entry is either Goldor, Maxor, or some random zombie. It can't be Cayman because of what I mentioned earlier, and it can't be Necron or Storm because he talks about them in third person. A lot of theories involve X's Y, like Sense is Necron or whatever. There's a lot of really dumb ones like Solomon is Sadan, like bro, Sadan is literally one of the soldiers in the same expedition Solomon was part of, but we won't focus on those too much since they're dumb. A pretty popular theory seems to be that Solomon is Thorn. There is no proof for this, but I guess there's nothing that disproves it either. All we know about Thorn is that he is vegetarian and he specializes on animals, which doesn't really contradict anything Solomon does. A question a lot of people seem to have is the Enderman Slayer boss related to Necron, since his description says something about the left hand of the Wither King or whatever. M7 came out recently and Necron does this spinny laser attack in it. I think you recognize this attack because the tier 4 Voidgloom does it as well. I mean, it's the only attack they have in common, but maybe there is still some meaning behind their usage of the attack, or maybe it's just the admins being lazy. Even if the usage of the attack is meant to have any lore-related meaning, there's probably a simpler explanation to it. We know Necron uses Fell Magic. We also know Fell Magic comes from the Dragon's Heart, and the Dragon's Heart is in the end, which is where the Voidgloom is as well, so them sharing attacks doesn't necessarily mean they're related. A theory, which I go by lots of names mentioned in his Skyblock lore video, suggests that the main character in The Apprentice 2 is not Necron but Scarf, since unlike The Apprentice 1, his name is never stated. This kinda made sense at the time, but now that The Apprentice 3 is out, where the protagonist is confirmed to be Necron, and he has the invisibility spell, which the protagonist of The Apprentice 2 had as well, it's pretty obvious that the main character in The Apprentice 2 is Necron as well. Anyways, the Skyblock lore community isn't big enough for me to make a longer video about this series, so thanks for watching and make sure you leave your theories in the comment section. Bye.